I'm Jayantha Dhanapala, president of the Pugwash Conferences on Science and World Affairs, which won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1995. I'm a former Sri Lankan diplomat and a former UN Under-Secretary General for Disarmament Affairs. But I'm here with the campaign to stop killer robots because I felt very convinced that this new weapon of the future had to be stopped because it was a development of artificial intelligence to kill human beings through the use of robotic engineering. And it seemed so insane for us to move into this new dimension of weaponry. We already have an accumulation of weapons, including the most destructive weapon ever invented, and that is a nuclear weapon. I've spent a lifetime trying to eliminate nuclear weapons. I, in fact, presided over the NPT Review and Extension Conference. And I find that the expense that goes on in the world for military expenditure, when we have so many unmet needs for the social, medical, and other needs of the people, that this new dimension of weaponry going into machines, killer robots, is particularly indefensible because it removes from any human control the power to control these machines. So we are creating monsters on the battlefield which can be out of control.
And how do you feel the progress is happening here at the CCW? Do you think there's much progress being made?
Well, after 3 years of discussing this subject and having meetings of experts, and I'm also invited as one of the experts, I feel it is time that the nation states began to negotiate. And so we need to have a group of governmental experts with a negotiating mandate to negotiate a ban.
How do you feel about the progress that's being made here?
Extremely slow, and I would hope that Ambassador Biontino, who has really prepared this meeting very thoroughly, and we must pay tribute to him, that he will be able to achieve a consensus at the end of this week, which will enable us to recommend to the CCW review conference in December that we should have a group of governmental experts with a mandate to negotiate over the next few days, perhaps for 4 weeks, negotiating on something that is important, which will be a ban, but perhaps first exploration of definitions and so on. So that is what I hope will happen at the end of this week. If it doesn't, then I think we are continuing to tread water and we are reducing ourselves to an ineffective mechanism, rather like what the Conference on Disarmament has become in Geneva.
What would be your most fundamental objection to killer robots?
The fact that there is no human element in the control of the robot. Meaningful human control is what is being talked about by a lot of the researchers and the experts on the subject. We've had people in artificial intelligence throughout the world writing about this issue and protesting about this new development of weapons. We've had Nobel Peace Prize laureates also writing about it, and we just heard Jody Williams speaking on behalf of the Nobel Women's Initiative. All this shows that there is a accumulation of opinion on the part of the experts with the scientific knowledge that this is a weapon that is crossing all bounds of humanitarian. And the CCW is an area which fuses the humanitarian concerns of the international community with the disarmament concerns. And this is why it's appropriate that it should come up here. But it's also important that it should come up with the Human Rights Council, because I think the bifurcation of these issues helps some governments to perpetuate weapon systems which are completely in danger of violating international humanitarian law.